to Charlotte.
I love Sacramento. I had a chance to go to Sacramento one day. I love Sacramento.
Those crowds get rowdy. I was there for their playoff series against the Warriors when they snapped a 16-year drought. Those fans are the loudest that I've seen since I've been coming here.
They love their games. And as the salary cap looks set to rise significantly, Shams, any major effects that you can anticipate?
It won't be like the year the Warriors signed KD. They're going to smooth the cap numbers, and it's not going to spike quite the same. But these numbers will continue to get eye-popping when you think about player salary, and you have to keep in mind luxury tax and the new second apron that came into play with the collective bargaining agreement, and that will play a part in how teams build, not putting yourself in a restrictive position to continue to build winning organizations.
A lot of moving parts to contend with, but boy, a lot on the horizon. Here's Stewart. And it's Klay Thompson with the rebound. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And after that game, it was impressive to look at the box score and see the work they did at the free throw line.
Well, they worked very hard to earn those whistles, playing assertive basketball and going right into the defender.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Edwards. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for the Mavericks. Kicks it out to MP. And Shams, we know you are so connected and on top of so many great stories and players and trends in the NBA. I have to ask, what is your... like I'm talking to my teenage daughter. What is your screen time like? You've got to be in front of that computer and clearly in front of your phone every minute, or at least most every minute of every hour of every day.
It's not as high as it needs to be, Kevin. I'll tell you that much. And thankfully, it's not always like that, but certainly at the biggest times of the year, free agency, draft, trade deadline, it is certainly up there, almost in the 19 to 20 range. Kevin, what's your screen time? I feel like you might have a high screen time. You want to be plugged in. I know it.
I take 2 months off in the summer, but for those 10 months, it's 7 days a week, a lot like you. But I know how much happens in the offseason. That's my interest in sitting next to you here courtside tonight, is that you're watching this game, but your mind is always thinking about this and that, and it never ends. Like, you must not get much sleep. You cannot get much sleep, right? My goodness.
We do get sleep, but your offseason is my season, Kevin, and I want to make sure as we get this season going, I'm able to go forward.
And you always do. You always do.
Great instincts from MP. He's shown great potential as a passer in his young career.
Dinwiddie drives in. And off there, he misses his first shot of the night. Greg, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking.
MP kicks to DiVincenzo. No one near him. And again, it's Minnesota. And so it's MP making things happen for the Timberwolves. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we'll be right back after this. Checked in for Minnesota. MP comes in for Michael Conley. Hey, Shams, it seems like with these younger teams coming, we may be witnessing a transfer of power in the NBA. What do you think?
It's really due to the parity that we're seeing in the league, and we haven't seen this much parity in a really long time. It's wide open for teams in both conferences, in the East and West, to claim that top perch. We have to give the league a lot of credit. There's tons of parity.
Which I think is leading to expansion talk, correct? We've got so much talent right now, we can kind of let it ooze out a little bit to some other areas.
Certainly expansion, a couple more teams in the league. The league really loves where they're at now, and any given year, anyone can win.
So with Davis sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd right now. We've got Thompson. He's out there with Irving. Derek Lively is out there with Dante Exum. And it's Prosper in at the 4 spot. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. Exum passes to Irving. Lively a screen on Stewart. Irving with a clean look. That one's off. Still out of sync. So for the Timberwolves, their last game a win against the Raptors. Stewart misses. Mavericks trail by 4. Thompson inside the line. Dallas again missing.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot that he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Irving for 3. Dallas, no good that time either.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreaking.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. And what a treat it was to have Shams stop by. He's definitely become part of the fabric of the NBA.
Yeah, and I'll say this. You won't need a harder worker in terms of NBA coverage. Shams has amazing dedication to his craft.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Randall's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Edwards. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Dante DiVincenzo. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Dinwiddie. MP passes to Gobert. Stewart kicks to Randall. To Stewart. Randall outside. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Dinwiddie with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. And it's Davis finishing it off.
And he'll get ahead of steam when there's that much of a lane. You can't get in AD's way.
Two for one opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
MP kicks to Gobert. To the inside. Here's MP. MP finishes inside.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Dinwiddie for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Pass to McDaniels. Now, here's MP. MP showing the range.
Coming right back. MP with a huge 3.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. It could go. And it's good, but hold on. Before heading to the locker room, we're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And a chance here to just double-check the ruling on the floor. I wasn't sure if he got it off in time or not, so I appreciate the second look as well.
And so it's MP making things happen for the Timberwolves. It's been an excellent game for him offensively. He's got 21 points and counting. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
Thanks for tuning.
You know, right now for Minnesota, this is when it starts to get real. You're past the opening night energy. You're not as well rested as you were in the offseason.
Yeah, it's time to show us what you really can do. Moving on. The Mavs find themselves in a battle. Close matchup so far.
They're doing some good things. Rebounding is not one of them.
And that's a halftime wrap.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Stewart in at the point guard. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half.
Well, tonight has been the MP show. And guys, they have to keep it simple. Just keep feeding MP the ball and keep seeing him add to that point total.
We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I would say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
Here's Irving. A second chance effort. Can't connect from short range.
And they continue to control the glass.
Stewart against Irving. Taking it strong, MP.
MP on a mission there to get to the bucket.
Mavericks trail by 9. Thompson surveying the floor. Pass to Lively. And here is Washington. McDaniels defending. Gobert against Lively. Just 5 on the clock. And on the way from Irving for 3. Dallas, no good that time either.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
He gets that one.
You know, they've hit the ground running to begin this second half. 4 for 5 so far.
Dallas has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Pass to Thompson. And here is Davis. Now Irving, guarded by Stewart. 5 to shoot. The shot by Thompson, no good. And the Timberwolves with possession. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Edwards dishes to Randle. MP deciding where to go with it. Inside. Pass to McDaniels. Over Washington. A shot by McDaniels, no good. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Nothing yet for them in the third quarter. Outside, Davis. Thompson outside. Fires the 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Here's Stewart. Mavericks with the rebound. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
He was all alone on that one. Irving's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Mavs. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Coach Tracy Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, has great hands. P.J. can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
David, there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time. Dinwiddie passes to Davis. Randall grabs the board.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball. Minnesota making a switch. Conley's checked in. Christie's checked in for Dallas. Changes here for the Timberwolves. Clark, he's checked in for Randall. Edwards comes in for Alex. Alexander Walker. And MP subbed in for Mike Conley. Thompson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Kyrie Irving comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Exum kicks to Irving. Dallas, no good that time either.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Daniel Gafford is out there with Christie. Then it's Kyrie Irving, then it's Thompson, and it's Exum in at the 3.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Thompson outside, fires from way outside. Klay Thompson with that deep range.
With his strong shot mechanics, these long-range shots tend to look easy for Thompson.
And here's MP for 3. And the 3 ball is good. Stewart's got 11 points here in just the second half. Mavericks trail by 17. Thompson with it. Exum passes to Christie. Out to Thompson. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. MP inside. He's defended by Exum. Here's Stewart. Back to Clark. Pass to Edwards. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. The 3 from MP. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Well, MP was ready to shoot, so they got him the ball. It's that simple.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Changes here for the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Clark. And it's McDaniels in for Dante DiVincenzo. Dallas also making some changes. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Davis comes in for Christie. And it's P.J. Washington in for Dante Exum. Irving against Stewart. Irving's shot is good.
A defender has Irving closely covered, but he's just so determined to get through the contact and to the bucket.
And that one is good. MP's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Davis finds Washington. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
The 3 from MP. And Lively pulls it down. Lively's got his 4th rebound in this one. 1:31 left to play here in the 4th. On the wing, Irving. From deep. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Minnesota.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for MP.
Well, just a fantastic job of distributing the ball. When you're able to see the floor like that and take advantage of what the defense gives you, it's huge.
Edwards, that's good.
and you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
Dallas, no good that time either.
Might be time for a little different approach. His shot hasn't been falling here in the second half.
MP dishes to Gobert. The three from MP. And another three for Minnesota.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that about wraps it up. So for Greg